Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Doc T. This is Dr. Farheen, General Medicine resident, and today let's discuss Chuck-Strauss syndrome. Chuck-Strauss syndrome is also known as eosinophilic granulomatosis with polyangiitis. Now, as the name indicates, there is eosinophilia, there are granulomatous lesions, and there is inflammation of many blood vessels. And this is a P-ANCA mediated vasculitic syndrome. Now, this P-ANCA is also known as anti-myeloperoxidase antibodies. So, if you want to know more about this, then please watch the video on ANCA vasculitis. And this P-ANCA is involved in the pathogenesis of Chuck-Strauss syndrome. Now, coming to the clinical features. So, lower respiratory tract symptoms predominate and it is commonly seen in asthmatics. This point is important to remember. Upper respiratory tract symptoms include rhinitis and sinusitis. Skin involvement can be present in the form of purpura or in the form of subcutaneous nodules, and these nodules are because of these granulomatous deposits in the skin. So these are the pictures showing purpura and subcutaneous nodules. Other features include peripheral neuropathy, and renal involvement is less common and less severe. And this point is important to remember. Unlike many other vasculitic syndromes, renal involvement is less common and less severe in Chuck-Strauss syndrome. So this is the complete clinical picture. Now, diagnosis. First thing is to look at the biopsy that shows granulomatous lesions with eosinophilic infiltrate. So this is the picture. And there is also eosinophilia in the peripheral blood. So eosinophilic count of more than 1000 cells per microliter is known as eosinophilia. So normal eosinophilic count is less than 500 cells per microliter of blood. There is also P-ANCA that can be demonstrated by immunofluorescence technique, and this is the picture showing P-ANCA on immunofluorescence. The next way to diagnose is to look at the clinical symptoms. So, an association with asthma and presence of vasculitic changes can give a clue to diagnose Chuck-Strauss syndrome. Now, an evidence of asthma with presence of eosinophilia and vasculitic changes together form the triad of Chuck-Strauss syndrome. Now, coming to the treatment, steroids are the mainstay of treatment, but in fulminant cases, a combination of steroids with cyclophosphamide is used, followed by maintenance with methotrexate or azathioprine. Now, a monoclonal antibody against interleukin 5, which is released from the eosinophils, known as mepolizumab, is used in the treatment of Chuck-Strauss syndrome. So, remember a newer drug, mepolizumab, which is a monoclonal antibody against interleukin 5, is used in the treatment of Chuck-Strauss syndrome. Now, what are the points to remember to solve an MCQ? So, there is an association with P-ANCA. It is commonly seen in asthmatics. Skin lesions in the form of purpura or subcutaneous nodules may be present, but renal involvement is less severe and less common. There is eosinophilia, and evidence of asthma with eosinophilia and vasculitic changes forms the triad of Chuck-Strauss syndrome. And this is the complete picture of what we have discussed. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Let's meet again with another new topic. Till then, just take care, be happy, and stay safe.